As we now look more closely at our strategic plan, you will see that throughout all of these goals, the common thread is student success and how well we are supporting our students. We bravely examine our institutional data to measure this success. We need to know where our gaps exist before we can address them, and by using data-responsive metrics, we will be better equipped to close these gaps. For the data team, of which I am a member and whom I am about to introduce, it is our sincere hope that CSM will move to a more data-responsive culture where we keep data front and center in all of our work so we are informed about our progress towards our Built for Success goals. This will allow us to know when and how we need to make changes to advance our student success culture. Please help me welcome my fellow data colleagues, Valerie Burks, Cami Cooley, and Dr. Tracy Bacon, to share what the future of data will look like at CSM.
Thank you, Erin. Good morning, CSM family. I told Cami she should be my hype woman, so Dr. Wilson, forgive me because I went off script. I wanted to do something after following talent. I'm like, what can we say, Cami? So go data. I, as Erin mentioned, am Valerie Burks, and I have the honor of serving with Erin and Cami Cooley as the tri-chairs for the Dream Achievers team, also known as the DAT. So all my DAT folks out there, woohoo! The DAT team is our student success team, and we are going to be working very hard to improve how we utilize data at the College of Southern Maryland. Our goal today is to provide information on an exciting initiative we are implementing to cultivate and sustain a culture of data-responsive decision-making. You may be wondering, what might that entail? Well, today, we are going to shed some light on this initiative, as well as the benefits we know will be gained through this endeavor. Throughout today, you have heard and gained significant insights into the awesome services and initiatives that will improve student success at CSM and support the implementation of our new strategic plan. A key institutional asset that will play a pivotal role in student success as well as support of these initiatives is our CSM data. According to Inside Higher Ed, it is imperative for the institutions of higher education to increase and improve the state of data used in decision making. How can this be accomplished at CSM? Again, you may ask. By first understanding the value of our CSM data as an institutional asset, and secondly, utilizing this data as a resource to make informed, data-responsive decisions. Data-responsive decision-making is not just a trend. It is a fundamental and transformational shift in how we operate, innovate, and support student success. Data are key in not only fueling our insights, but building on the power of our data to drive our strategies, to leverage the data to uncover patterns and trends, to help us in shifting to evidence-based decisions and increasing our opportunities for success. In addition, it empowers us as a community at all levels of the organization, transforming us into teams of data-driven decision makers. Our aim is to provide an overview of this initiative and the cultural shifts, and I say cultural in quotes, shifts that are required to successfully integrate best practices in data management, data governance, and data analytics capabilities to reach our students' goal, our institutional goals, I should say, for student success, which is why you play such a pivotal and integral part in the successful adoption of this transformation. Cammie, Tracy, and I, where'd Tracy go? Tracy and I will share details regarding why the initiative was undertaken, how it relates and supports our 3 strategic pillars, our anticipated outcomes and success factors, as well as provide a preview of our phenomenal CSM data dashboards. And that's another woohoo for that as well. Thank you, Dr. Wilson. If I could only get one. Thank you, Dr. Wilson. For our discussion, we will focus on 3 goals in support of this effort: implementation of the CSM data strategy roadmap, the use of data to improve goals and outcomes in support of student success in our strategic plan, and finally, the increase in the availability of information across the institution, including our phenomenal data dashboards. In supporting the transition to a culture of data-responsive decision-making, one of our first actions after forming the Cross-Divisional Data Management Committee and attending the Achieving the Dream Data Summit last year was to better understand the data governance, its framework, supporting terminology, and current state and use of data and data management at the institution. There were 2 areas that we honed in on: data management, which focuses on the more technical and operational aspects of handling data, and data governance, which is more concerned with establishing policies, procedures, standards, and controls around the oversight of our data. We discovered managing data is not easy. I added that. But effectively, it would require us creating a data strategy. In March 2024, we held our kickoff meeting to launch the CSM Data Strategy Assessment to document and establish a baseline for the current state of data governance and data management at CSM. This baseline included organizational effectiveness, stakeholder use of our reporting tools and data systems, technology and data alignment, and strengths and areas that we can improve upon. We then developed and are developing our data strategy roadmap to establish goals and strategic activities to really build on the foundation for improved data asset management at CSM. Through this effort, we will establish, with your help, a data governance framework that improves data quality, security, privacy, transparency, and accessibility. Our goals for our initiative include optimizing the value and the use of data to support student success, improving upon our data democracy by ensuring that everyone at CSM has access to relevant data, feels confident talking about the use of data, works comfortably with data, and makes data-informed decisions based on the data, irrespective of your technical knowledge or your role. Secondly, we want to improve data literacy by providing the resources to ensure our teams have the necessary skills and knowledge to understand and effectively use data. We want to ensure that there are safe spaces that are created to have data discussions, as well as build our data capacity and our technology alignment. And finally, supporting the execution of our CSM strategic plan and student success. As we transform the use and optimize the value of our institutional data to support student success, we have collaboratively completed several key initiatives that are cross-divisional in support and will frame and define the strategic management of data at CSM. These activities include creating our phenomenal data management committee and launching an institutional survey with over 90 participants and conducting interviews with 15 CSM focus groups with over 77 attendees. These attendees included our executives, administrators, faculty, and staff. Our goal to understand their data and reporting requirements and priorities, to understand their challenges, maybe with accessibility to trusted data. The current state and ideal state in the use of reporting tools was also something we wanted to understand, as well as the overall perception of our data assets, resources, and obstacles impacting the use of data to do your work. For the next phase, we will utilize the data and the insights gained from this assessment to create the summary of findings, which will establish a baseline for the current state of data governance and data management at CSM. We will next complete the data strategy roadmap, which defines the priorities and strategic goals and tactical activities that are going to be required to improve data management. We will assess, design, and improve the technical infrastructure to improve data management and support the deployment of our Power BI application that I know so many of you are anxiously awaiting. We will launch data literacy and Power BI training, resources, and services, and we will execute the data strategy roadmap to begin improvements in the strategic management and oversight of one of our most valued institutional assets, our data. And now, I'll pass it on to Cammie, my partner in blue, who will discuss the why regarding the launch and implementation of this awesome initiative. Thank you.
Hi, y'all. I'm Cammie. So we considered the best way to organize our presentation and decided to use the who, what, when, why, and how framework. Val just covered the what. I will be discussing the why, and Tracy will demonstrate one approach as to the how. As for the who and the when, it is all of us, and the time is now. Community colleges play a crucial role in ensuring access and success for all of our students. Given that funding is always a challenge, we must find more effective and resourceful ways to recruit, retain, and graduate our students, particularly in areas where there are gaps. To meet the needs of all of the students we serve, our decisions and actions must align with our mission and our strategic plan. This requires using and analyzing data to evaluate the effectiveness and efficiency of our institution as a whole. This past year, we established a student success framework that has been guiding our efforts. Our new framework represents a shift from a siloed, department-focused approach to a unified, student-centric one. This strategic change facilitates coordinated efforts across the institution and ensures that students are at the heart of our work. The three key areas are data and technology, led by Valerie Burks, strategy and planning, led by Dr. Erin Ebersol, and teaching, learning, and student supports, led by me. We have formed a representative team from across the college community to identify, assess, and communicate efforts related to student success. This approach aims to enhance student achievements, foster positive outcomes, and nurture a culture of care and respect among students and our college community. By placing students at the center of everything we do, we aspire to change lives. This shared vision unites us, transcending individual roles and responsibilities, and aligns everyone at the institution toward one common goal. As we implement this framework, you will notice a culture shift toward collaboration, engagement, and student success. So why do we do what we do? Because it reflects and advances our mission. Every step we take is guided by our commitment to that mission, ensuring that our goals align with the greater purpose of serving our students and our community. Because it embodies and fosters a learner-centered attitude. We place our students at the heart of everything we do, making sure that their needs, growth, and success are our primary focus. Because it ensures resources are used effectively and efficiently, we are dedicated to maximizing our resources, finding innovative ways to achieve more of what we have, and making every effort count. Because it values and applies the work of assessment, we understand the importance of continuous improvement, using assessment not as a checkbox, but as a vital tool to enhance the quality of the education, services, and supports that we provide. Ultimately, we do all of this because it is what our students need and deserve. They are our reason, our motivation, and our driving force. Their success is our success, and we are committed to doing everything in our power to help them achieve it. So as you leave here later today, please consider the following. First, what are some things I can do to help move that needle? This means reflecting on the ways we can drive meaningful progress and make a tangible impact. Every action we take should be geared toward making a real difference in pushing our initiatives forward. Second, what can I do to improve the student's experience? Our primary focus must always be on enhancing the student experience. Whether it's refining our approach, offering additional support, or creating more engaging opportunities, our goal is to ensure that each student has the best possible experience during their time with us. Third, how can I use data to guide my decisions? Data are an invaluable tool for informed decision-making. It is essential to look beyond assumptions and truly analyze what the data are telling us. By leveraging insights from data, we can make more strategic choices that align with our goals and improve our outcomes. CSM is a place for growth and learning for both our students and ourselves. So be encouraged to innovate and try new things. Understand that perfection is not the goal here, but learning and improvement are. So even if your efforts don't yield immediate positive results, that's okay. Valuable lessons will still be learned. In summary, let's continuously ask ourselves these questions. By doing so, we will advance our strategic plan, enhance the student experience, and make evidence-based decisions. Together, let's commit to this approach and move forward with purpose and clarity. Thank you.
Thank you, Beth. Now I'll pass it to Tracy. She will demonstrate the approach to the how.
Hi everybody, I'm Tracy Bacon. And for the past several months, Peer has been working with a program called Power BI to make interactive visualizations of some of the institution's most important data. We're doing this to increase the availability and usefulness of data across the institution. There will be opportunities to learn more about Power BI and more information about its rollout in the coming months. But for now, I'd like to share some snippets of what we've been working on. Many of you receive the daily enrollment report emails from Peer, which give enrollments, FTE, and headcount each day. We've translated that data into an interactive visualization that gives the same credit enrollment information on instructional method, course location, term session, but with more power to slice the data, including looks at enrollment by course or program. This data can be used to look at access by examining enrollment overall and by demographic group. Here we see the year-to-year comparison of FTE.
Can we just say woohoo for Power BI Dad?
You're welcome. Another way to look at access is by using the credit course section capacity report. So this is a report that Peer sends out weekly currently as just a spreadsheet. But in this format, we are easily able to see fill rates of sections by department, location, instructional method, and more for the current semester, as well as historically. This can help determine the characteristics of the most successful sections and identify opportunities to expand offerings. A key metric for momentum is retention. Here we see fall-to-fall retention rates calculated by comparing the number of students, subtracting graduates, returning from one fall to the next. Several demographic characteristics are included here. So, for example, you could see the specific retention rate for part-time Black men from Charles County or any other combination. So the report includes fall to spring retention as well. And finally, one way to consider mobility is by looking at the number of awards granted by CSM. This report shows credit degrees and certificates, credit-free certificates, and letters of recognition by program and demographic characteristics. So these visualizations are all a work in progress. We'll be incorporating feedback as we move towards rolling them out. We hope that they'll support the CSM community in using data to support decision-making and the pillars of the strategic plan. Thank you.
Can we just give it up again for this data team? It's excellent. And for everyone that presented this morning, can we just give a shout out to all of them for the phenomenal work that's happening at our institution. We have certainly covered a lot of ground this morning, representing only some of the pieces of the strategic plan. There is more. And what you see here is the culmination of a lot of work, a lot of collaboration, a lot of commitment and dedication, all which will culminate into our new strategic plan built for success. Each of you will be receiving a copy of this document shown here, and we'll be referencing this often as we move forward, keeping in mind that this plan is a living, breathing document. Meaning, my friends, our work is adaptive, that we are responsive and nimble based on that data and ongoing feedback from our community members and our students and one another. And we will make adjustments to the plan as needed, with student success always at the core. Our strategic plan, this strategic plan, is our North Star. It's going to inform our institutional priorities. It's going to drive our budgetary resource allocation. And always, 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 it puts student success at the forefront of our decisions.